Greetings, I'm Laura Puccia Valtorta. Welcome to a new episode and a new year of my podcast, B is for Bisexual. We're at season 4, part 1. We're starting 2026 with a screenplay entitled Pasticceria Fausto that I would like to get produced in Italy. When pigs fly, right? This romantic comedy is about a place that I love, Cavi di Lavagna in Italy, along the Riviera di Levante. This story involves a criminal, like we see in abundance everywhere in the world. And I've got news for you. Criminals are everywhere, especially among politicians and world leaders. Here, I'm poking fun at the American myth, fueled by Hollywood money grubbers, that all Italians are criminals. Quite the opposite. We're hardworking people. And especially right now, as a member of the European Union, Italy itself is a great society that cares for its people, especially children and old folks. Reading the screenplay, half of it, and playing with me today are my son, Dante.
Hello.
And my husband, Marco.
Buongiorno.
I am an attorney and a content creator. Several of my latest films, including AI in the Family, that's a great one, Zoom Hit, and Bermuda, one of my favorite comedies, are available on the streaming channel called Fawsome. That's FAWESOME.TV. My films are also available on Amazon Prime Video, Tubi, and channels like OTT and /YouTube. A big shout out to listeners in Hong Kong, Frankfurt, Germany, Virginia, Minnesota. We've got an eye on what's happening there, and South Carolina. At the end of this first part, I'll have a few more words to say. And now, Pasticceria Fausto. External, Cavi di Lavagna, Liguria, Italy, day. It's spring on the Italian Riviera. We see the picturesque mountains, beaches, restaurants, and houses. There are plenty of cars, bicycles, and motorcycles along Via Lombardia. Buses, trains, vendors. Along the beach, past the train tracks, people walk together and look at the water. Portofino is visible in the far distance. Interior, Sofia's living room, day. Sofia Peccora, aged 53, sits on a couch, lethargic. The curtains are closed. News is playing on the television. On the coffee table is a photo of Sofia, her daughter Paola, and her dead son, Davide. The newscaster on television is talking about Israel bombing and killing Palestinians in Gaza. Somebody bangs on the door. Carmen Sgerlino, Sofia's friend, 55 years old, opens the door and enters the house without being invited in. Carmen stands between Sofia and the television, blocking Sofia's view, arms akimbo.
I sold the Ducati.
Good. It's been 3 years. You need to get rid of all this stuff, not just the bike. Sofia appears distressed and sad. She tears up, covers her face with her hands for a moment.
I keep thinking he just drove down to the beach. He'll be back. Soon we'll be fixing the motorcycles and ordering parts, talking to customers.
You need to forget about Davide. Take care of yourself.
Don't say that. He was my son.
Sofia buries her face in her hands. Please, just get out of the house. I found you a job at Fausto's where I waitress as a pastry chef.
I'm a motorcycle mechanic. I can't cook.
This is not about your kitchen skills. Go take a shower. Fausto is a good boss. He's doing me a favor. He owes me.
Owes you for what?
My cousin is a carabinieri, and I asked him to look the other way.
You mean this guy's a criminal?
I don't know anything, really. You might like him. I've dreamt about him in the distance for years. He's bello, despite his clothing choices. Sophia smiles.
How bello?
Well, he's better looking than your ex. Funnier. Let's just say Fausto's worth baking pastry for. Interior, Pasticceria Fausto, morning. The pastry shop is alive with people pushing toward the cash register and the bar to order cappuccini and spremute, pastries. There are groups of people sitting at tables, some with their dogs and strollers. Carmen is working behind the coffee bar. Sophia stands behind the elaborate pastry counter with flour on her face and dough in her hair. A few of the pastries look messy and misshapen. Samuele Quattrocchi, 40, the kitchen manager, is berating her.
Did these pastries explode?
Sorry, I've never used a pastry squeezer thing before. Hey, don't be a bully. I need this job.
Fausto Molinari, 55, a handsome dark-skinned man with a forthright manner, enters the shop area from his adjoining office and glares at Sofia and Quattro. Fausto is dressed in a white polo shirt, bright pink pants, and neon green shoes.
What's going on here?
She fucked up with the pastry gun.
This is my first day.
Come back to my office, both of you.
Quattro and Sofia follow Fausto toward the office. Do-do-do-do. Fausto's office. Same. Fausto is leaning his butt against a desk that is filled with invoices, paperwork, and a computer. In front of him are standing Don Pietro, 31, a priest, Ahmed, 18, and Silvio, 19, waiters and sometime drug dealers. Fausto hands an envelope of money to Don Pietro, who smiles nervously and fidgets.
You, Don Pietro, keep those kids out of trouble. I don't care what their parents do, I just want them safe.
Don Pietro nods and quickly exits the office. Fausto points at Ahmed and Silvio.
Hey, nut jobs, remember there's a wedding this Saturday at 9 a.m. in Santa Margarita. I need you to be there on time.
Ahmed and Silvio nod obediently, smirk, and exit. They go back to waitering in the pastry shop. Fausto turns to Quattro and Sofia. He rifles through the envelopes on his desk and doesn't really look at Quattro or Sofia.
What's the problem with you two clowns?
She can't bake the pastries. She's a disaster.
I'm a motorcycle mechanic, not the pastry chef.
Well then teach her how to work the coffee machine without blowing it up.
How about the cash register?
Yes, show her that too. I'll teach her how to make the pastries myself. They're too important.
Quattro leaves.
You're Davide's mother.
I was. He's dead.
Drug overdose?
Yes.
Stupid mistake if you ask me.
Sofia grimaces and clenches her fists, but she's not too scared to answer him back.
Maybe if criminals didn't put that poison out in the streets, he'd still be alive.
Fausto puts down the paperwork.
Do you want this job?
Yes, I want this job. I can't pay for gas or food. I have to do something.
Fausto opens a box and it extracts a 500 euro bill. He hands the money to Sofia.
Here's an advance on your salary. If you learn how to make the pastries right, if you make them pretty and delicious, I'll let you fix our motorcycles.
Thank you, I guess.
Remember, the pastries come first.
Sofia examines the bill and then stuffs the money in her pocket. She stares down at the ground, depressed.
What's wrong with you?
What do you think? I can't get over my son's death.
Get over it. Everybody dies.
He was 20 years old. When I wake up and hear the birds singing, I want to crush them, kill them.
Fausto stares at Sofia slowly, up and down, as if noticing her for the first time. He nods in appreciation.
Come out to lunch with me on Friday, 2 o'clock at the Japanese place next door. We can talk there.
Okay, that's kind of you. I need some distraction.
Interior, Pasticceria Fausto, day. It's the afternoon the next day, around 3 p.m., just before the pasticceria closes. Ahmed is cleaning the tables and Silvio is behind the cash register. Quattro is behind the pastry counter. Sofia's daughter, Paola, 30, a doctor, and Paola's partner, Ugo, also a doctor, entered the shop with their daughter, Lorenza, 7. They walk over to Sofia, who is taking a break, sitting at one of the tables and drinking an espresso. Paola and Ugo sit down with Sofia. Lorenza hugs her grandmother, Sofia, and then bounces around from one foot to the other. Ciao, Nonna. Hey, Mom, Dad, can we buy some pastries?
Sure, sweetheart. Wait a minute.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I work here.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. Do you know who owns this place? What? Who owns this place? Mom, who owns this place? Honey, go choose us a small box of pastry, the smallest box. Lorenza goes to the counter and points to the largest tray among 3 different sizes of trays. Quattro, behind the counter, takes down one of the larger trays. Lorenza points to the pastry she wants and asks Quattro to fill the tray. Mom, are you crazy?
I need the money. Nobody brings me their motorcycles to fix since Davide died. Too much yellow in our shop.
Yellow is not a real thing.
Tell that to the customers.
This Fausto guy is a criminal.
Uffa. Carmen got me the job, but I like working here. It's interesting.
Mom, he's in Drangheta. He imports guns from the boats in Lavagna and drugs. They call him Pink Pants.
Maybe. Who cares? I just want to pay my rent and be able to buy food and clothes.
You don't need to do this. I can help you with the motorcycles. Bring in new customers.
No, you're too busy at the hospital.
Sophia, come with us to a party meeting. We're in Cavi this weekend.
Politics is not really my thing.
Fausto walks into the pasticceria shop area from his office. Paola's eyes open wide when she sees Fausto. She stands up quickly and moves to the pastry counter next to Lorenza. Fausto stands silently, staring at Paola. Well, we've got to go now. Lorenza, bring those pastries over here so we can pay. Ugo, let's go. Lorenza points at Fausto. I like his pink pants. Dad, look at those cool green shoes. Yeah, you need to get some green shoes like that. Lorenza brings over the large box of pastries to the cash register. Paola slaps her forehead. Lorenza, how many did you get?
Honey, that's enough to feed the whole town.
Ugo, Lorenza, and Paola exit. Fausto crosses his arms over his chest and smiles. Do-do-do-do. Interior, Japanese restaurant, day. Sofia and Fausto are sitting at an isolated table with an elaborate, colorful assortment of sushi in the middle. Sofia, holding chopsticks, is studying the food, deciding which roll to choose. Fausto is doing the same thing, deciding which roll to choose. Fausto is wearing his neon green shoes, but with black pants this time, instead of his usual pink ones. After choosing a sushi roll, Sofia begins to eat a piece of it with the chopsticks. Fausto shoves a piece into his mouth with his hands.
Thanks for the advance of my salary. It was nice to settle a couple of my bills.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's funny how much depends on money.
Hilarious.
Fausto and Sofia continue eating and looking at each other.
My daughter doesn't approve of you.
Fausto shrugs.
The ways you're selling guns to Ukraine and Russia.
What is she, a communist or something? Doesn't believe in money?
Yes, she and my son-in-law are both communists. My granddaughter, Lorenza, might grow up to be a communist too.
No, your granddaughter chose a huge box of pastries when her parents weren't looking. That's a capitalist.
I see.
You need to ignore your family more often. They're stifling you.
Don't you have a family?
Yes, I ignore them.
Fausto smiles. He stands up.
Why don't you say we get out of here?
Sofia stands up and nods in agreement.
Who cares what my family thinks?
Do-do-do-do. Interior, Sofia's living room, same day. Fausto and Sofia are sitting in the living room next to each other on the couch after having sex. Fausto has his arm around Sofia's shoulder.
I like the way you've decorated the place. Big television.
Fausto leans over and kisses Sofia.
I need to get a drink of water. You want something?
No thanks, Mr. Pink Pants.
Fausto leaves the room. Sofia, smiling, lays her head back against the couch. Carmen rings the doorbell of the apartment and then bursts into the living room without waiting for anyone to invite her in. I know what happened. Everybody knows what happened. You had lunch with Fausto.
So called the Carabinieri.
You don't have enough food in here. Where's the wine?
Carmen jumps slightly as she realizes that Fausto is in the next room. She continues talking loudly. You know he's married. Fausto comes back from the kitchen.
My wife moved to Carrara last year with some short anarchist guy who sells marble. And why is it any of your business?
Oh, none of my business. None of my business at all. I've got to go. Ciao. Carmen steps quickly out of the living room. She slams the door as she leaves the apartment.
You know, she gossips too much. She's worse than Don Pietro.
Are you friends with the priest?
No, but I do keep him in line, I guess you could say.
What does that mean?
You know, he's a priest. He's supposed to help people, not go after children.
If women were priests, this would not happen.
Are you sure about that?
Not as often, anyway. Women are smarter than men because we think about sex less often.
You mean you think about it every 5 seconds instead of every 3 seconds?
No. Women think about sex only once every 20 minutes or so. Men think about it every 7 minutes.
Fausto pulls Sofia to a standing position and kisses her.
7 minutes are up.
Do-do-do-do. Okay, that's the end of the first part of the screenplay. Join us in February for part 2. Dear listener, we need to be able to protest injustices and protest whatever we want in the United States without being shot to death. Without our First Amendment rights, this country, the United States, is nothing. So ciao until next time.
Arrivederci!
Ciao!
Do-do-do-do.